What's going on, YouTube? Got another installment of Operation Final Table. It's WSOP as usual. Um, $10 rebuy, $5,500 guarantee. They do it every day. Turbo. Um, and so we're down to 7 now. And it's not too bad of a prize pool. It's a quick tournament. Um, First is 1100, and then on down. We're in sixth right now. We're gonna win this. I have finished third in this a couple times. I have finished second on it at least once that I can remember. I have not won it. So tonight, as a special celebration for a milestone event, which is, let me see. This is going to be Operation Final Table Pocket Queens. All right, we'll talk about that in a minute. So we're just gonna rip it. The blinds are 1735, which means we got about four. We'll take that all day. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. So, as quickly as that started, oh no. See what did I do there? Why did I think he had me covered? Oh man, that's terrible. I got two big blinds. I deserve to be shot in the head right now. That's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. Okay. Well, that's good though. Got a chip, I got a chair, I got a chance. We're going to come all the way back and get this. I'm so glad I caught this one. This is going to be the greatest. I told you it was going to be celebratory. Now it's really celebratory. We're coming back with less than two big blinds, and we're on the big blind, and we pick up pocket fours. You can't ask for anything better than that. You know what I mean? So now it's just going to be an issue of, are we going to double up or are we going to triple up? Because I'm feeling real good about our fours. I'll take it. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. I love it. It's beautiful. Ooh, we need a 5. We need a damn 4 and a 4. Oh, dang. So, as quickly as that started, all the hype, all the nonsense, all the buffoonery, we are knocked out in 7th place. That was worth $171.05. So praise God for that. Always happy to make a profit. However, I wanted to win. I want to win this one bad because it's one of the few tournaments out of the tournaments that I play regularly that I haven't won. And for a while, I was playing really bad in this tournament. I don't know. I stopped playing in it for a while. I don't know what it was. I just don't know. I seemed to run bad. I could be running great. I could be busting heads all around. Every other monitor. Bang, 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 bang. And then I get into this tournament here. Slaughterhouse. That one, and they got a $15 bounty. It's $5 a bounty every night. And same shit. Slaughtered. Bam, 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 bam. But I have started playing more in this one. The reality of it is, maybe a year and a half ago, maybe a little bit more, sometime around COVID, towards the back end, somewhere. I began to really, really evaluate my game. And although I was a profitable player and a solid player, I was not having the big, the success that I wanted to be having. And my volume was fairly low. It still is fairly low in comparison to, what you really should be grinding at. But I'm doing what I can with the other things that I'm trying to do as well. So I'm hoping to get to get settled into a better routine to where I can play a little bit more. And it doesn't even have to be a little bit more time. It's just I need to be consistent with multi-tabling. I've never been a big multi-tabler, 8, 10, 12, whatever tables. That's probably some people laughing at me talking about 8, 10, or 12. But, I mean, the most can remember doing for me is 5 or 6. Back in the day when, it was the Wild Wild West online poker, 2004, 2005, shit like that. I would multi-table 8 or 10 tables, but circumstances were very different then. I was living in Miami, no kids, and I was probably engaging in a substance that was helping me to stay up, stay focused, and so in that case, it was much easier for me. And we still watching this final table. I actually am playing in another tournament while we're talking here. This is a $5 rebuy, $2,000 guarantee, and we're gonna rip it right here. This is another turbo. Most of these later in the evening tournaments on WSOP. I love it. King, queen, let's go. We'll take that all day, every day, all day, every day. Bang, bang. Come on. I appreciate that, Chris K. 702. But this is another nice little tournament here. Let's see, we got 89 people. I think we done moved up a little bit from 65th. Y'all need to correct y'all's information, please. Matter of fact, I'm going to give y'all a chance to fix that because, what do we got? 23, 10. Let's go. Let's just make sure we get everybody involved here. Blinds are high. These are newfound chips. I'm not overly attached to them. I'm joking, of course. I love my chips. Every goddamn one of them. Send them out to bring me back more. I'm not sure when they're having another online series. I guess I can look that up right now and see. WSOP.com, Nevada online poker series, bracelet ring series. Man, they didn't get none of that shit.
According to Avada-theme.com, with your Avada purchase, you'll get 6 months of free support option to extend support for 6 to 12 months free lifetime updates for theme when you do need support. Avada has you covered with a world-class support team, comprehensive documentation, and an extensive video tutorial library.
I needed that in my life right there. I needed that shit in my life. Wow. All right. Y'all gonna have to work with me while I'm trying to get this quote right. I'm a quote fanatic. I've been a quote fanatic my whole life. I think that shit started when I was in high school. Loved quotes. Loved them. Then when I got to prison, I make whole books of quotes. I had a book of quotes on my own goddamn quotes. But anyway, I like to have quotes just sitting around different spots. different pages on my stream. I do a quote of the day video. If all you're coming here for is the poker and the spectacular conversation, I would invite you to check out the quote of the day and the funny a day with Michael Ray shorts on my YouTube channel. I mean, you're already right here. And I'm going to tell you like this. I'm not going to suggest everything is funny, but I'm going to suggest that the Voradox experiment is me, the experiment. So I'm not posting shit just to post shit. If I posted it, it's because I laughed when I said it. Dead ass serious. If I don't laugh, I won't put it up. Not like I'm the end all to end all about what's funny and what's not funny. But I am the end all to end all of what I put up. And if I don't laugh at it, then the quotes are all meaningful. So I put thought into what I'm putting up, and so check it out. I'm going to be putting more content. I got a Raiders reaction playlist. Now that the regular season's here, I'm going to be doing a video, putting it out every Thursday with the preview of the game. And I like to look at it from maybe some betting options as far as spread, over, under, what the trends are. I'm not a betting guru or anything like that, but I appreciate, at least in my opinion, the added sweat value and the added, fun football is and watching football is if you have something on it, whether that be a bet on a game, a parlay ticket, a fantasy football team, whatever it is. If you've got more of a stake than none, other than the fact that, oh, that's my team, then that makes it a little bit more exhilarating, a little better sweat. But I'm looking forward to doing that because I love talking shit about the Raiders. I'm a diehard fan. I've been a diehard fan my whole life. I've been through all the misery with them fuckers. I became a fan in 1983 when they beat the shit out of the Washington Redskins in the Super Bowl. Yep, I was 10 years old. My whole family, we lived in Washington, D.C. My whole family, everybody in the world, diehard Redskin fan. The Hogs. And so my dad and mom used to bowl in a league on Friday nights, and they would give me a few bucks to go get quarters and play the video games in the video game room at the bowling alley. So this particular week, Super Bowl week, my dad's having a little Super Bowl party. Everybody there's got their little Redskins gear on. It's the weekend before the Super Bowl, blah, blah. Fucking blah. And I was just so tired of hearing about the Redskins and the Hogs and John Riggins and how he was going to run. As a matter of fact, my dad on that particular Friday would not give me my normal $4 or $5 to go play the video games unless I was going to wear a shirt. And that shirt, I'll never forget it as long as I live. It was one of them shirts where the sleeves just came down to here, or maybe it was too fucking small looking back on it. I don't know. But that's, you know what I mean? And the sleeves were the burgundy. The shirt was white. And in the middle, it had John Riggins, number 44, Washington Redskins, trucking through all the Raiders defenders, knocking them this way and that way and flipping them around, face down, ass up type of shit. And so I told myself then, because I wore that shirt, damn sure did. There wasn't nothing else to do with that goddamn bowling alley. I wasn't finna watch them bowl. I liked to bowl. I would have bowled, but it was an adult league. I was in kid leagues, but other than bowling, video games the only thing to do. So I wore the shirt. I feel like I need to justify the day before I became a Raiders fan at 10 years old, or 2 days before. So I wore the shirt with no loyalty at that time, and I had promised myself that I would be a Raiders fan, and I knew plenty about football. It was a a watched and a debated thing in our house and our family and all that shit. So, I knew basically the entire Washington Redskin team by heart. So I wore that thing. I played my video games. Everybody was cool because, of course, everybody rooting for the Redskins. So they see me wearing this shirt. They, oh, okay, little buddy, high five. Yeah, high five, man. Okay. And then the Raiders. Okay, I'm going to get a little deeper into that. How long is this? About 15 minutes. I don't want it to be about 20, 25 minutes. It's supposed to be a final table video, so I'm really cheating. I already got my ass knocked out. I done slipped over to another goddamn table, but that's all right. If you're still here and watching it, that means you're on mine. So we were watching the game. We were watching the game, and the Redskins were getting their ass beat. And so because I had told myself, and I think I even told my mom and my dad, and at that point, I think I probably told anybody that would have listened, because as soon as they were having a little Super Bowl party there, his friends at work, neighborhood and shit. And by that time, I just heard that bullshit so much, and it was irritating as fuck. You know what I mean? Fans, especially frenzied fans in the Super Bowl, because you really can't tell them shit. And at that time, I was too young to really battle any of these super fans. But so we were watching the game, and I guess I was getting on my dad's nerves. I was talking a little too much shit or whatever. So he sent me over across the street, and man, it's 3,500. Let's just rip it, man. Ace 5. I'm not trying to get back raised, and these blinds go up so fast. I'm always trying to win these. I'm not never trying to just float. You know what I mean? That's why the final table broke on that $10 tournament. I got two dudes that are literally folding out, trying to get to the final table, and the blinds are like, they've got like 8 to 10 big blinds, and it's like, bro, it ain't gonna work out. But anyway, so I guess I was getting rowdy. He sent me across the street. So I was watching the game across the street, and I look back on it, and I see all of these things now that I'm about to say. But at the time, I'm 10 years old. The Raiders are beating their ass. It's pissing my dad off. There's a lot of company, so I don't think I got to worry about him beating my ass right there, right then. And I don't really like him that much, so I'm fucking with him. That's why they sent me over across the street, truth be told. So, turns out it was one of the last plays of the third quarter. Marcus Allen breaks for a 75-yard touchdown. At that time, longest touchdown running back had done in Super Bowl history. It was great. It put the game far away, and I ran across the street. It was snowing. I don't think it was snowing, but there was snow on the ground. I ran across the street. I got back in the house. I was like, touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Oh. My dad slapped the shit out of me so fucking hard. Like, literally knocked me straight and fast to the ground. Straight and fast to the ground. Busted my ass. Quieted the whole fucking party down. But I think all of them was happy about that shit, because they was all mad as fuck. But I ain't make no scene about it. I got back up, left, went back across the street. And as I come to find out, not that this was any excuse or good reason that my dad should have fucking cold cocked me like that. But in fairness, it was the end of the third quarter. He was on a square board that was paying, a couple grand a quarter. And he had the number. All the quarter had to do was just run out. And I'm not sure if that was the last play of the quarter. Is this mic too loud, man? I'm not sure if it was the last play of the quarter or if it was the, couple plays before. But anyway, in most cases, that was the end. The scoring was done. It was a 75-yard touchdown. So clearly they was way on the other side of the field, damn near on their own 20-yard line. So my dad was probably already celebrating the victory. I have sweated many square boards in my day. I know how the sweat goes. I know how it feels. I know the progression of your numbers there. There's this much time left. You working it out. How long this possession will take, and this and that, and blah blah blah. And bringing everything into account. And something happens, and something changes, and I get it. I get all the sweat, and so I know that sweat at that time, the Raiders are up at least 2 touchdowns and a field goal, I think. They have just gotten the ball back. The third quarter is about to end, and they're about to go into the fourth quarter. They're keeping the ball on the ground. They're not making any, crazy mistakes. They're giving it to Marcus Allen. They're running the ball. And if your numbers are on there, on that square board, if you don't know what numbers are for a square board, you basically have 100 squares. 10 going up and down, 10 going across, horizontal, vertical. That adds up to 100 squares. You take a blank board and you give it out to people, and they sign their name on certain squares. They're random. You don't know what you're going to get. This is not a betting thing where you can use any sort of strategy or any sort of knowledge to give yourself a better chance to win. It's a random thing. Typically, most people do it. A lot of people do it in prison to pass the time. A lot of people do it in offices. I've ran square boards a lot of places, restaurants when I was a bartender. A lot of people, sometimes they only run them once a year during the Super Bowl. A lot of people like to have shit to sweat. It's fun, you know what I mean? You win. Like a basic example for math purposes, let's say you pay $100 per square. And so that puts $100,000 in the pool. Or it would be It'd be $25,000 per quarter if you were going to give it all out. But typically the people running it don't give it all out because sometimes it's hard for them to sell the squares. So it's typically understood that whoever is actually running the board is going to get 20% of the squares. 20 of those 100 squares belong to the person running the board. That's the compensation that they get for running the board, the compensation they get for hustling and going around and getting it all filled up, collecting all the money from people that had put their name on it, handed out all the numbers after they drew, which we'll get to in a minute, got that to them, and then made sure each person each quarter got paid their money. That's what you pay them 20% for. Now, if you're playing somebody's square board who ain't doing that, then don't play a square board or her square board because they're not earning their keep, and they're probably taking 25%. But so it was a very, 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 very good chance that he was going to hit that quarter, and I don't think it was $1,000 a square or $100. $100 a square, that'd be what, 100 times 100. It would be 10,000. So each, I would say it was probably about $100 a square, because I remember him talking about losing a couple grand. So babbling on, wrap my fucking long ass story up. When Marcus Allen ran that touchdown in, he changed the number that was going to be the end of the third quarter number, which knocked off my dad wasn't on that square anymore. So he was very fucking heated, not only because he was losing, and he had money on the game too. But I had come in at just the right time, just like these kings. Just the right time. Just the right time. I'm going to tell y'all something, man. I'm trying to say this every time that I am on the intraweb, making a video, doing a live stream, whatever. Stop and think of 3 things that you're grateful for. Right now. Think of 3 things. And if you can or if you will, say them out loud. No matter what your situation is. I don't give a fuck. 1, I am grateful for these pocket kings. 2, I'm grateful to be on the button. 3, I'm grateful to have these chips to raise. And we'll leave it at that. But yeah, man, gratitude is one of the most important things in how you will experience your entire life, your entire existence, the way you go through your life, the way that you see and perceive things that happen. A person that's able to show gratitude, they're always going to have more, because that's the reward for gratitude, is abundance. People are always crying about not having enough. They'll never have enough, because it'll never be enough. Okay, so, he's been playing pretty damn loose, bro. I think we're just going to have to call him. I'll take that. And the 7 is very nice. Very, very nice. Ooh. Poker 7s. Operation Final Table. You saw it here first. 7-7. 7-7. That was very nice. And I am grateful that I flopped a set. I am grateful that I rivered quads. And I'm grateful that I won a truckload of chips. So there it is. God is good. I'm trying to get my quote up. I remember saying something about that about 10 minutes ago. I'm trying to get this quote up on the page. What's that look like? It's not even... Yeah, quotes are great. There are so many deep meanings, deep things to ponder on just by a sentence or two. It's great. Yeah, it's great. But anyway, showing gratitude. Super important, man. Super important. All right. I think that'll do it. But show your appropriateness by. Bam. The hand you play. Okay. You know what? That's not right. We gotta go to the hand you play. I appreciate y'all's patience. I'm working for a better online atmosphere here. So I want to make sure I'm not trying to... So this is going to turn out to be a long video, because I don't really, let me see how many people's left. Maybe I'll cut it off and I'll come back when we get to, oh yeah, there's still 63 people left, and it's a $5 tournament. So, I'm not trying to drag y'all through the mud for another hour. So I'm gonna cut this one off here in a minute, and be back when there's just 10 of us left. Alright, so there's the quote. Got that up. I feel like it needs to be a little smaller. I spend a lot of time worrying about the very small details, which for the most part I can tell myself they're pretty insignificant. But they seem to, a lot of them matter to me. For example, exactly what font I'm going to use. It was a great thing for me to just grab that and be done and not go through 5 or 10 fonts. I probably would have gone through 5 or 10 fonts if I hadn't been recording right now. So maybe that's what I need to do. Maybe I need to start focusing on my work when I'm recording, because I won't be with the bullshit. Well, that was just one time. Let's not say that's a fucking trend. All right. You will show your poker greatness by the hands you fold, not by the hands you play. That's Dan Reed. Dan Reed. Let's learn about Dan Reed real quick. I think that's important to know. That's something that I'm serious about. I'm not a huge fan of anonymous quotes. I really don't believe in anonymous quotes. Man, somebody fucking said them shits. You know what I mean? Someone said them. So I don't really, like in my shorts, I always want to try to have the author. I'm not saying I won't do an anonymous quote. I haven't done one yet. But yeah, I'll do it. It's just that I think it's important to know who the author is, and for a quote to be relevant to me, to mean something to me. Sure, sometimes a little word salad is just nice. It gives you a nice little fuzzy feeling, and okay, cool, that's great, and motivational or inspiring or uplifting or whatever. But to know, for me, to know, I don't know if it's authentic or to know something about the person who said that, to have some sort of a reason to respect the fact that this person said this out of their mouth. Everybody says shit out of their mouth. So technically everybody's making quotes all day long. So I'm interested, for me, as far as the quotes that I like to get down with. They gotta mean something. You know what I mean? And the way a big way they mean something is by who's spitting them. A lot of my quotes, I've gone out of my way to not double up on an author yet for the quotes. That's not gonna be able to stand up forever. I've thought about just not going with the author at all and just making it the quote of the day, and whatever's on there is on there. But I don't know if I like that. But if I were, we've been real quiet at this table, man. Aren't y'all people? I'm butthole tight over here. Hellas, he's butthole loose. Yeah, he's butthole loose. I feel like it's a pretty good position right now. If he hit, then he's not going anywhere. But if he didn't, he will. That pressure busts a pipe. Position, on the sidebar, before we get back over to that. Position in poker. And I don't know what experience level you have if you're watching me play. If you know the value of position and you understand the value of position, then you've probably been playing for a minute. If you're just learning to play and you're looking for things that are going to make your game immediately stronger, when you are in position, which means you're the dealer, the cutoff, the hijack, the low jack. And low jack is a little iffy in my opinion. Other people are going to tell you this stuff. I'm not a poker pro. I have my own strategy. I spend a lot of time studying. I spend a lot of time playing. I love it. I'm a student of the game, but I'm not trying to push my strategy or thoughts as holy writ. It's just that. What I would like to think a pretty good poker player that has a strategy, and so I'm just putting it out there. But this transcends all that shit that I just said. Position. If you are in an early position, you are on defense. If you are in a late position, you are on offense. I think, who was it? Daniel Negreanu that said something like that. So when I started looking at just the game of Texas Hold'em in general, especially online, when I started looking at it from that perspective, my win rate went up. Not like through the roof, but it went up. It was a significant enough uptick. You just tell the difference. And I don't know, everything that went with that, but I try to really, really live by that. I understand GTO, and there's a way that you should do it that's going to make you the least exploitable, and there's ways that you're going to this and that. And I like all that. I'm trying to get better, broader knowledge of GTO. I study it pretty thoroughly, 2 or 3 times a week, and lately it's been 4 or 5. We'll check that. But a couple of those I'm counting as watching YouTube videos and making notes. Now, I'm not talking about, just any old bullshit YouTube video. I have a few people that, why are you betting 5,000 there? I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. Because you're either on a draw. If he doesn't have a straight, he's almost got to be on a draw, right? Let's see, man. I don't know. This shit smells funny to me. 2 little baby bets? I don't understand. Because the pot was 20 something K after the flop when he put the first, when he sprinkled the first little fucking 5K min bet out of position. So I don't know. No, he was in position. Still, I don't get it. But whatever. Good for him. Good for us. So, oh man, what the hell was I saying? I need some sort of a tracker that keeps up with my last 5 thoughts over the course of 3 to 7 minutes. And I'm not making light of it, but it's an issue I deal with. And while I'm always trying to improve, I find that it has been throughout my life very difficult to rein in my mind going 1,000 different places. Senior Dunk, why limp? That just doesn't even make any sense, right? He's just saying, hey, I don't have many chips. I'm going to limp my big pair. I want somebody with a big... Really? Senior Dunk. Did you see Senior Dunk? He limped. He limped. He limped. 6,000, he limped. Left himself with 14,000. He limped. Out of position. And then laid down to the raise. I don't know. Maybe that's like keeping yourself balanced. I don't know. I'm just talking shit. Clearly, that was a stupid ass fucking thing to do. All right, so we have 50 people left. Yeah, I'm gonna go on ahead now and cut this short, and then I'll be back when I get to the final table. Give me a little bit to make a few adjustments here on this overlay. And that's it, man. If you done rode this long, I appreciate you. If you didn't ride this long and you just clicked on the last little couple minutes, like you do read a book to try to get it right for the book report, if you just listen to the first few and the last few, then I'm going to say I appreciate you. Hit like, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. All that helps us both out. And I want more people to get this content. If you think it should go other places besides where it's at right now, which is on your computer or smartphone, then please send it there. I appreciate y'all. I'll be back for the final table.